see what we got over here, man. Let's get into the vitch.
For vitch.
The vitch. The vitch in the woods. Cause
You ain't fooling me.
What?
It's trivia time.
No, it really isn't.
It's not.
You smart for your own good. Hey, man. You ain't gonna get me this time.
Fool me once.
Well, I fooled you by not fooling you, Mark. They did not give me a whole lot of clips for this. In fact, the clips they gave me were clips they were trying to just tell you, oh, look, the critics say it's good. Every clip they gave me was broken in between by a quote from somebody.
Damn.
5 stars. This movie was spooky as shit.
You don't even need to review this.
Yeah. Movie scared the fuck out of me.
Just tell everybody it's good. Trust us.
Like, god damn, man.
Trying to witchcraft.
I mean, I'm convinced. All right. Shit, I don't even have to do the review. Fuck it, man. It's better than sex. You see, she's like, shit.
Another one.
Depending on how you feel about movies that have a slow pace, it's going to depend on how you feel about this film, because it's another movie that's just trying to pitch it as a horror movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's not?
Well, it is, but let's cut the bullshit. It's more of a character study.
Oh.
Okay. This is more of a character study, because while there is a horror element here, this is mostly about the family, and the family is fucked up.
Beyond fucked up.
Yeah.
I can tell.
The family is way fucked up, man. The mom looks weird. I like
that's how you want to start this. This family's fucked up. The mom is just weird looking.
The mom just weird looking. I mean, you can already tell something's wrong with them. Like, the brother has a thing for his sister.
Wait, both of them from Game of Thrones?
Both of them are from Game of Thrones. That is Kate Dickie, and that is Ralph Ineson. Tell you, Game of Thrones making sure people get that check. Keep you employed.
We ain't gonna be working for a while, so get out there and get some.
Hell yeah.
Get yours.
They mess up and say their lines for the watch. I mean,
And the thing about it is, you think Game of Thrones is fucked up? That world is messed up? I'd rather be in that. She be at the house by now.
Yeah,
you know?
It's sad. It's like nowadays you're like 30 and still home. It's like, it's kind of excessive. They're like, you 11, you are an adult. Get out.
Yeah, yeah. Mom don't really like her since the baby's been gone. The family's caving on each other. In fact, Dad in the movie starts out with him talking to they have to leave because they're talking to the village council, and the village council wants them just gone because he's up here talking about I refuse to stand in the presence of such heathens, and the dude is just like, then get thy ass out that fucking face, man. He's like, we want to kick your ass out anyway. They don't even smile in the movie. They have to force smiles. I mean, when they out there picking grass and shit, they like the fucking shitty periods to be born in. It's like,
smiling's a sin in this family.
It really is, man. When this girl, she smiles. This actress right here, beautiful girl, she smiles and then she's like, forgive me, Father, I'm thinking something fucked up. I don't know what it is, but I smiled about something. I don't know. I'm not supposed to be having fun. So,
what's going on with your mouth? Why is it doing that weird thing?
Oh, man. I'll get into that in a little bit, like how they just chose great actors for this. But and I'm going to let you talk a little bit, Corey, but I mean, even the way they speak in the movie, they have that old English way of speaking,
sure,
which a bunch of thys and thous and whatnot, until weird shit started happening. And you and I were talking about this. Mm-hmm. There's a lot to be said for not knowing what the fuck is going on. Like at the beginning of the movie, they tell you, some crazy bitch out in the woods. We don't know who she is. We don't know what she does, but she's gone. Outside of that, that's when the family just starts turning weird. You're more creeped out by them than any supernatural element that's going on.
You're watching it, and like Corey brought up with them being heavy into praying. Like the whole time I'm watching it, I feel like I might be possessed by the devil because every time they start praying, my skin. I don't know if you just feel like tense almost the entire movie. Like near the beginning, obviously, they got to build up to it. But like for about an hour and a half, the whole time you're just sitting there like, oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? But I think, like you said, it is a character piece, and it's extremely slow. But once things start going, you're like, all right, I can get more into this movie.
He's right. The woods in this movie, I mean, everybody's having such a bad time. The trees are fucked up and angry. People tell you don't. In fairy tales when they say, it's like a fairy tale almost, they say, don't go in the woods. Trees will eat your ass. It's like that. The environment starts to really, the environment starts to sink in on this family. It starts out, their crops are bad. Animals are not producing like they should.
Yeah, I see the goat. Pissing? Not pissing blood, but when you milk it, blood.
Yeah, the goat
got the clap.
The goat's on the goat got syphilis and shit. Bleeding out his nipples and shit. It's just this creeping sense of dread as everything just feels like it's closing in on this family. It's almost like this dark dimension like that's forming here. I mean, the cinematography is amazing. It really does create that. And then that's when the real crazy shit starts happening, man, because the animals start acting fucked up. And when I say acting fucked up, man, let me tell you something. Let me just cut to the chase right. They got this fucking rabbit in this movie.
The same one from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
It might as well be.
This fucking rabbit doesn't do anything but show up and just mean mug people.
That's it. It just sits there, nose twitching the whole time. Yeah, I see you.
That rabbit just be looking at you, and then you start looking like, what the fuck is going on? And that rabbit, no, motherfucker, I'm looking at you. Like, me? Yeah, you, bitch.
You walk towards it, it still stays there. You think I'm gonna back down?
Yeah.
All right.
And the dad tries to, the first thing you see him, and the dad tries to go out there and shoot him. And even the dad is like, fuck, man, that rabbit ain't moving. That rabbit's like, I wish you would pull that fucking trigger. Motherfucker, you better kill me.
And you think it's gonna turn into some children of the corn and shit? Like, put the gun on your mouth and pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't know what them brownies were laced with that they gave to that rabbit, but that motherfucker, he was in the zone.
Tricks are for kids.
Yeah, silly rabbit, call me silly again, motherfucker. And then the other funny thing, you saw they were fucking with that goat bad. The goat is just pissed. That goat ends up, somebody called him Black Phillip one too many times. I'm tired of this shit. He fucked somebody up. I had to put my hand down.
That was the hardest thing, man. 'Cause, like with this movie, I think you could go into it like if you want to go in and think it's a horror movie, you'll be scared by it. If you want to go in and think it's a comedy, you can have fun with it that way too.
Man, it is more funny than scary, man. When that fucking rabbit showed up, and look at that, that's what he got up. He's like, call me Black Phillip again, motherfucker.
Put these hooves on you.
He's about to start throwing bowls and shit like that. Yeah, he look at who said it?
Yeah, say it to my face.
Yeah. Like, and the father was like, he was like Black. He didn't know he's that big. He's like, I'm sorry.
All right, bro, chill.
Yeah.
Black sheep lives matter.
He fucked somebody.
Man. And it comes out of nowhere, too. Like, Bob. Oh!
That's what we were like. Like, all the white people in the theater were like, oh, my God. And him and I, we were like dudes out back, back in the hood. We were like, shit, that motherfucker knocked him out. You see that shit? Man, I can't see art movies with you, man.
I'm sorry, dude. That shit was hilarious. We're trying to cover our mouths, but we know we can't hear. They can't hear us. It's like, Bob, oh, shit.
There was a dude trying to write his critiques out. He was like,
this eloquent suspense. Oh shit!
Yeah, right down. That was fucked up. Man.
we morphed into Oz for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yo, son!
Shit, we got to the screen. You got knocked the fuck out. Man, this shit is crazy, man. And the other thing is that they try too hard. They try way too hard to make things scary, man. Now, it's very atmospheric, and I love that the movie's very minimalist.
Yeah.
But sometimes they just focus on nothing, trying to convince you it's scary. And it's like, man, those are just fucking trees. Like, they show trees, and then they got these people back in the background. Oh,
yeah, it looks like somebody's backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us pray.
It's fucking trees, man.
And right there, they cut it for the trailer. But there's one shot where it's about 30 to 45 seconds, but it feels like forever, and it's just that sound going on. You're like, what the hell is happening?
Couldn't find motherfuckers to play instruments, so he just said, "They blow into a tube and throw this gas tank against the wall right there." You know, it's a lot of things here that creates creeping dread. The craft that they put into putting this together, I think, is pretty amazing. As for the movie itself, I can't really say, because I think it's more of a, besides the story, it's more of a technical achievement.
Okay.
Than it is a story. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What do you agree?
I think for this kind of movie, I think they did a really good job. Especially, I think the directing was amazing. Like, especially what they got out of these actors. Like, you actually feel for these people, besides little twin fuckers. But everyone on, and sometimes when when it was more than one person talking, you couldn't really catch what was going on in the conversations. So I think it should have subtitles.
That goat just fucked somebody up.
Hey, Black Phillip! Ah!
Somebody said Black Phillip.
Better than sex, the Black Phillip coming in. But yeah, I think for it does make you feel very claustrophobic. I think outside of being a character study, I think it's a bottle film also.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah, and you spend enough time with these people to actually feel something for them, but I feel like it kind of led up the ending or the lead up to the ending was a little bit disappointing. And I mean, people will take it how they want to. Some people are going to like the ending, some aren't. Yeah. And I think that's going to be decisive for what people think about it.
Yeah, that's another thing. I felt like it led up to, to nothing. I wish I could tell you what it is. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm not going to even do a spoiler after the show. Y'all just have to see it. But either people going to walk out and say that was amazing the way it fucked my mind. I'm just like, what the hell was going on right? That's it? So,
wow.
You know what? I'll tell y'all after the show what happens because it is funny. It is actually pretty. You don't think I should? All right. No, see it for yourself.
Yeah, and I think it's what they did with the ending. While it's like I like the ending, I think more than you did, and I appreciate it for what it was, but it still is. I think a lot of people like you would be disappointed by it.
Yeah, but the ending is just a small part. I mean, the ending is the final course of the meal. You want to have something satisfying. You want to walk out feeling like you didn't get everything you wanted. But the movie itself, I mean, I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that go on. If you just focus on the family and how this family, I mean, again, this is Puritan times.
Hyper Christians.
Yeah, and so, if you cough wrong back then, witch, they're going to burn your ass to the stake.
Right.
Burn her! And watching and to watch how certain things, people get sick and then they start to like, accuse each other, especially a little girl. She's such a victim in this movie. I say little girl, but she's actually a teenager. And in real life, she's a full-grown woman. But you see things that how this family, man, as much as they might have been assholes in the beginning, they can't win. Somebody's getting sick, maybe fatally, and while they're gone, this other person over here has nothing to do with it. Is catching the blame for it because, well, they got to blame somebody. Because they ain't got no tools to help this boy.
Right.
They about to fuck this up.
A whole bunch of like archaic things. They do like bloodletting and like
breaches.
Things like that.
And whatever they're trying to do right now, he just got a stick. That's it. That's a medical tool back then. Yeah. Picking some shit up off the ground.
Just beat him with it. The devil will come out.
And like I said, man, they picked great actors here for this because these actors look fucked up. I mean, I'm just in the movie. I'm not saying in real life, but I'm being shitty. But in the movie, they look crazy. But they have unusual features as actors, and it works, man. Even that girl, man. That girl's name is Anya Taylor-Joy. She's a beautiful girl. She's actually a model. Okay. I think she's got Argentinian descent, a little bit like she's French.
Argentinian and Spanish.
In Spanish. Mm-hmm. Beautiful girl. But even in the movie, they make her look weird. She look like an old dirty-ass Bjork in the movie and shit.
What's up with her grill?
Man, brother, let me tell you something.
Back then, that was probably like pristine.
Hell yeah. And you in England, too? Shit.
She won.
Shit. Does she have all her teeth? You see not one of them going through her fucking lip and shit. So, yeah, she's all right, man. She ain't got tusk and shit. So, it works more on atmosphere. When I say it works, it works. The movie is definitely creepy. And as I've said before, it's a well-crafted film in that they... Oh, shit. What the fuck is going on here? It works well in the sense that...
Jesus, is your computer possessed?
My computer's possessed this shit.
Which?
See, go come out my computer.
Heard you talk about me.
A hoof coming out. This type of horror works best because they don't show you anything.
Yeah.
Whatever's happening to somebody, are they possessed? Are they sick? Are they dying? Whatever's out in the woods, you see a witch running out there, but you don't see her doing shit. In fact, they show you in her room where she's doing a bunch of weird shit, and they never explain what she's doing. Mm-hmm. It's like she's pulling out dildos and shit. You don't know what she's doing, but they don't answer it. So the rule of the unknown is the most frightening thing. It's what's applied here. And for that, I'm going to give it a matinee. Not going full price with it because, like I said, I think it stumbled at the very end. And I don't think the story, really, when you get down to it, is all that strong.
That's fair. I think if people have any kind of interest in things like this or Puritan times, it's something really comparable to The Crucible. I'm sure read in high school. So it's kind of like that where you don't really know, like Corey said, if they're actually possessed or are they sick, and then in some parts you don't know if they're faking. No. So it's things like that. I think if this wasn't coming to VOD soon like it is. You could maybe be like, oh, I'll just pass on it, or just watch it that way. It would get a better rating for me. But like things I said, like the ending is kind of a letdown. I think it's going to be a letdown for most people. And one of the big things is I couldn't understand certain parts when there were a whole bunch of people talking or they were talking really fast. So I did need subtitles. I think overall, it's a matinee. I think it's short, simple, to the point, and it does have that allure of what's going on. And I think at home you would get that suspense, and if you do need subtitles like me, you would enjoy it more.
Matinee, huh?
Well, that makes it sound like a rental.
It's not, no, because like, I think it's something that should
Don't
be
let him
seen.
lead you off, man.
No.
Man, you ain't got to explain this shit.
No, I'm not trying to explain it, but I'm pretty sure he's not the only one that thinks that. I think it is something that should be seen, but I don't think it's a must go out to the theater. You got to see it today. It's not a full price. So I was like, all right, I liked it. I enjoyed it at the theater, but I saw it, free. And
Martin's fucking with you. Martin's
it's
like that
cool.
rabbit. You sure, motherfucker?